What's up, you guys? Today I want to break down one of the most powerful mindset concepts so that you can free yourself. Because a lot of people talk with me on my coaching program and they struggle with this a lot. And they question, they doubt, they worry, they fear, and they're asking me how? And I'm telling them you have to have faith. Okay, so I'm going to break this down for you at a deeper level so you can really understand. So this is you, right? We have the mind, we have the body. And your mind is split into two parts, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay, so there's this power that's flowing to and through you at all times. Okay, you want to call it God, infinite intelligence, source, whatever you want to call it. This power is flowing to and through you, giving you life. It's causing your heart to beat, your hair to grow, your blood to recirculate, your body to heal itself without you even having to think about it. Okay, so it's giving you life. And this is spirit, God, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. It's always for expansion and full expression. Okay, so you have to understand there's the two polarities that exist in life. Okay, there's the positive and the negative. Okay, to anything. Everything just is. Our thinking makes it so. Okay, so you have on this side, you have faith. That's the positive. The negative would be fear, right? The opposite of faith is fear. Okay, you have love. You have hate. Okay, let's focus on this side first. So when you're engaging in fear, what happens? When you engage in fear, you hate, you worry, you doubt, you stress, you have anxiety. And what does all this cause? All of this causes disease or dis-ease in the body. Okay, so what's happening when you engage in all these thoughts? Well, your conscious mind is fixated on a negative idea. The fear, the hate, the worry, the doubt, the stress, the anxiety, whatever it is, your conscious mind is thinking this negative thought. Now you're actually engaging in it on an emotional level because you're believing it to be true. Oh no, what if this happens? Oh no, look at this person. And you're taking it as fact. You don't understand, this is a thought. You have a choice if you want to engage in what thoughts or not. Okay, so you're choosing to engage in a negative thought that's causing you to get in a negative vibration because you're engaging in it emotionally. Now what does that do? That's impressed, that negative thought is impressed on the subconscious mind. Now you're feeling fear or hate or worry or any of those emotions. And what does that do? That automatically is being impressed on the body. The body is the unconscious mind. The body is the subconscious mind. It's the emotional mind. So the body now gets into a vibration. Now the body gets into a negative vibration. You're feeling this anxiety. You're feeling this stress. You're feeling this worry. You're feeling it right now. You're bringing it into your present experience right now, even though it's not even here. Nothing here is causing it. It's all what's going on in your own mind. Okay. So that negative thought is impressed on the subconscious, and therefore it's reflected in your body. And now that's sending out those vibes. You're sending out those vibrations. It's all energy. Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. So if you understand this, and you understand that this causes your vibration, that vibration is attracting things to you. You're now a magnet to it. You're attracting everything that's on that frequency. You're attracting everything that's in harmony with that. So what are you going to do? You're going to attract more of it. You're going to attract more of those feelings. Okay. Now what does this lead to? Fear, hate, worry, doubt, stress, anxiety. It causes dis-ease in the body. Now what is this? This is disintegration. Or death. Okay. So that's on the negative side. Okay. Now, if we look over to the positive side, if you continually engage in these emotions, you're going to slowly weaken yourself and put yourself in a sick state. You're gonna have dis-ease in the body to such a degree that you're gonna develop a sickness. That's what dis-ease is. Disease. It's dis-ease in the body. Okay. Now if we look over on this side, you have faith, love, let's say gratitude, abundance, joy, fulfillment. What else could we say there? Wholeness. Okay, so you have all these other emotions on the positive side. Okay, now the crazy thing is that people don't really look at it like this. They don't even look at these emotions because they're not even on the vibration of these emotions, so they can't experience them because their frequency is determining the emotions that they engage in. This is why the daily habits are everything, because if you're doing the daily habits, you're going to raise your frequency, and naturally you're going to have faith. Naturally you're going to have love. Naturally you're going to start to be grateful. Naturally you're just going to think in terms of abundance. Naturally you're just going to have joy. Naturally you're going to have fulfillment, and naturally you're going to be whole. Because you're developing yourself from within. This is what we're doing. We are developing you from within to align with your higher self, to align with God, and for you to raise your energy to become more aware of your oneness with God. Okay, and as you do that, all these things just naturally fall off. Okay, but the problem is that people are vibing at such a low frequency. And remember, we think on frequencies. It's like a radio station. On 90.3, you're going to get hip hop. You're not going to get rock. Okay, it doesn't vibe on that frequency. You have to change the frequency. You have to change the channel. It's the same thing here. You're not going to get faith when you're on the channel of fear, when you're on the frequency of fear. You have to change the channel. You have to raise the frequency, tune to a different channel. Okay. So when you engage in these emotions, those seem like they're out of this world. They're like, no, like, I have faith, I have love, whatever. But no, you're still clinging to this in the subconscious because your frequency is a subconscious. It's in the subconscious. We raise your frequency from within, and naturally you start elevating and start seeing life through this lens and not this lens. Okay, so now what happens? Now you're in a state of well-being. You're at peace. You're calm. You're whole. You're complete. You're not needing anything outside of you. You're not thinking that there's any lack. You're in abundance. Okay, now you're in a state of well-being. Now what is this? This is creation. You're in a state of life. You're not in disintegration. You're free. You're completely free. But this only comes as you raise your frequency over time. This is what I'm telling you. If you do the wake-up time, if you have the wake-up time, the reading and reflection, the workout, counting your macros, and dropping the vices like I teach in the Higher Self community, you're going to just start moving up the frequency chart and start moving into alignment with these higher frequency emotions. Because these are higher frequency emotions. If you look at the frequency chart, like, I'm going to put it on the screen for you, but if you look at the frequency chart, look at where love, acceptance, peace, joy, then you start coming down a little more, frustration, comparison, lust, anger, hatred, jealousy, envy, shame, guilt. Those are lower frequency emotions. So when you're vibing at that low of a frequency, you're only going to be able to tap into those types of thought. Okay, so we have to raise your frequency from within, and it only comes from your daily habits. The actions that you're engaging in daily are going to determine the frequency that you're on. If you're drinking, if you're doing drugs, if you're sleeping in, if you're clinging to comforts, to instant gratification and short-term pleasure, you're going to be vibing at a lower frequency. All those things are lowering your frequency. So as you start to do these daily habits like I teach, you're going to raise your frequency and actually start to walk in alignment with these emotions. Now you're at peace. Now look, you have this positive idea in your mind. Oh wow, I'm developing myself from within. I love the person I am being and I am becoming because I'm aligning with my higher self, the one that he created me to be, so that I can be all that I was created to be in this life and fulfill my potential. Okay, you're in alignment with that. You have that thought. Now that moves into emotion. That is energy in motion. You have that positive thought, you get emotional with that idea, now your body's in a positive vibration because you know you're already on the path. And this is the whole point. I tell everyone in my community, I'm like, hey, dude, you don't have to trip, bro. You're good. Like, you're already on the path, just keep going. In due time, it'll play out and you'll elevate over time. But don't trip about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't doubt, don't have fear, don't worry, none of that. None of that even exists. I'm telling you, you are here to fulfill your purpose, your potential, and you will, as long as you remain in alignment. All it comes down to is you being in alignment. If you're walking in alignment with God, with your conscience, the authentic voice of God, you're going to be guided to fulfill your potential because that's the only reason why you're here. That's all that there is. There's only success. There's only abundance. There's no lack. There's no failure. There's no scarcity. Start thinking in these terms, but you only get to this place as you elevate your frequency over time. So DM me on Instagram, at Michael Vincent Mindset, if you want to get in touch with me, join the community, or click the link in the description to join us in the Higher Self community and really change your life. I mean, this is for people who want to transform their life, who really want to get on the good path, the right path, the only path to clarity, to presence, to peace, to abundance, to life, and to fulfilling their potential. So click the link in the description, join us in that, and we'll see you in the next one.